Imagine this. The world is just coming out of World War II. Economies are shattered, millions of lives have been lost, and nations are desperate for stability. Now, what if I told you that a secret meeting in a small hotel in New Hampshire decided how the world's money would work for decades? And that meeting, known as the Bretton Woods Agreement, shaped the rise of the US dollar as the king of global currencies. Sounds like the plot of a political thriller, right? But it's real history. In July 1944, 730 delegates from 44 nations gathered in the quiet mountain resort of Bretton Woods, USA. Their mission? To design a new financial system that would prevent another Great Depression and avoid the kind of chaos that fueled two world wars. Think of it like rebuilding the world's economic operating system. Everything had crashed, and now they needed a new program to make sure trade, money, and investments could flow smoothly again. So what did they come up with? 3 big ideas. First, fixed exchange rates. Every country agreed to peg its currency to the US dollar, and the US dollar itself was pegged to gold. This meant you could trust that your money wouldn't wildly lose value overnight. Second, they built global watchdogs, the IMF, or International Monetary Fund, to keep financial stability, and the World Bank to fund reconstruction and development. Think of them as the referees and medics of the world economy. Third, the US dollar became the world's reserve currency. Why the dollar? Simple. After the war, the US controlled 2/3 of the world's gold supply. It was the safest bet, like putting your money in the world's strongest safe. Here's where it gets interesting. Did you know that the legendary economist John Maynard Keynes actually wanted a brand new world currency called the Bancor? Imagine if, instead of dollars, the world used Bancors for trade. But the US, holding the gold, wasn't about to give up its advantage, so the idea was buried. And here's another twist. The Bretton Woods system didn't last forever. In 1971, U.S. President Richard Nixon shocked the world by cutting the dollar's link to gold. Overnight, the golden promise was gone, and currencies began floating freely against each other, the system we use today. The agreement wasn't just a bunch of signatures. It had massive real-world consequences. In Europe, countries borrowed money to rebuild their cities, factories, and industries. This fueled the incredible post-war economic boom, especially in places like Germany and Japan. But there's a flip side. Developing countries often had to borrow from the IMF and World Bank with strict conditions. These loans sometimes trapped nations in cycles of debt and austerity, sparking heated debates about whether Bretton Woods helped everyone equally, or just the powerful. And even today, the US dollar's dominance, especially in oil trade and global finance, can be traced right back to Bretton Woods. So, in short, Bretton Woods wasn't just a conference, it was the blueprint for modern finance. It stabilized the world after W2, cemented the US as a superpower, and gave us the global institutions that still run the show today. But it also showed us that no system lasts forever. Now here's a question for you. With the rise of cryptocurrencies, digital payments, and even talk of new world currencies, do you think we need a new Bretton Woods for the 21st century? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I'd love to hear them. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend who loves history or economics, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more big stories explained simply